Hello students, this is Karthik, your maths tutor, heartily welcoming you all to Vista's Learning. First of all, what is Vista's Learning? Vista's Learning is an online education platform where we strive to deliver quality education for all. In our today's class, we'll be starting with the new chapter of class 11th, the third chapter, which is called as Principle of Mathematical Induction. In a previous session, we had finished about the last chapter, number 3, the third chapter, that is Trigonometric Functions. Moving on to the next fourth chapter, Principle of Mathematical Induction. So here, Principle of Mathematical Induction, this is abbreviated the whole thing is abbreviated as PMI. So what is PMI? Principle of Mathematical Induction. It is just a principle. I'll tell you what are its uses, how is it understood. Okay. Principle of Mathematical Induction is basically used in algebra and particularly in algebra we'll be using this in number theory. So in today's class we are not getting into the Principle of Mathematical Induction. This is just the introduction part. So we'll understand what is Principle of Mathematical Induction, where is it used, and we'll also see the definition of Principle of Mathematical Induction. There is only one exercise in this in this chapter. So once we finish this, the chapter is finished. A very small chapter. So just the introduction part we're going to see today. Alright. So Principle of Mathematical Induction is abbreviated as PMI. Where is this PMI used? This PMI is used in mostly in algebra. Okay. PMI is used in algebra. Which chapter in algebra? That chapter is nothing but called as number theory. So number theory is a very big chapter. Number theory is a very big chapter. In this entire chapter, all the derivations or problems or whatever we have, everything is based upon Principle of Mathematical Induction. So this principle is very important for number theory. And you are learning only this principle as a chapter in your class 11. So moving on further, if you take up in higher mathematics, if you choose your career in higher mathematics, you will be coming across this number theory. And in this number theory, you will be using this Principle of Mathematical Induction. It's just a principle, but CBSE board has formulated this as a complete chapter, chapter number 4 for class 11. Now students, what is this Principle of Mathematical Induction? We will see that. Now we know where is this used, and all those derivations and problems here is based upon PMI only. Okay. So before we'll see what is the definition of PMI. Before that, we'll take one small example here. Okay, generally speaking, we are speaking generally. Okay, generally speaking. Now here there are mangoes. So this is one mango, this is another mango, this is another mango, another mango, another mango. So we will consider this as a basket of mangoes. What do we have here? Here we have a basket of mangoes. So what will we do now? A person will come here. Okay, a person will come here. He'll take out one mango in his hand. So from the basket, he'll put his hand inside. He'll take out one mango. He'll see the mango and he'll notice that that mango is raw. Okay, that mango is raw. He'll keep that inside the basket again. He'll pick another mango this time. He'll pick another mango. He'll have a look at that mango. Again, the conclusion is, so this is mango 1 will take. M1 is raw. He'll take another mango M2. He'll watch this. So again the same conclusion. The second mango is also raw. So what did this person do? He picked 2 different mangoes from the basket. Both the mangoes were raw. So he thought that all the mangoes inside the basket are raw. Understand this case. This is case 1. Okay, let us consider this as case 1. Basket of mangoes. A person comes here. He picks up 2 different mangoes, M1 and M2. He examines both the mangoes and the conclusion is both the mangoes are raw. So now he comes to the final conclusion. That the basket is filled with is filled with raw mangoes. Okay, so what did the person do in the case 1? A basket of mangoes were kept. He picked up 2 random mangoes. He examined them. The result was both the mangoes were raw. He came to the final conclusion that the basket is full of raw mangoes. So this is case 1. Hope you have understood this. Now let us see case 2, students, on this side. Let us have a look at case 2. Now we know that all the fruits are having seeds, right? So when we sow these seeds in the soil, again it grows into a tree and again it gives us the fruits. So all the fruits have seeds, correct? So under case 2, statement 1 will take all the fruits have seeds. Is this statement true? Obviously yes, all the fruits have seeds. Next, B, mango is a fruit. So from these both statements, what can we derive? Conclusion, mango has a seed. Can we come to this conclusion? Correct. So see this case 2, all the fruits have seeds. Mango is the fruit, we know that. So from these both statements, what can we conclude? Mango has a seed. Here what happened here on this side? 2 mangoes were raw. He came to a conclusion that all the mangoes are raw inside the basket. Understand 2 different cases. Now these are nothing but called as reasonings. Okay. So which reasoning is this called as? This is called as inductive reasoning. Okay. And this type of reasoning is called as deductive reasoning. I'll tell you what are the difference. Okay. Inductive and deductive. So what is the meaning of inductive? Understand. In inductive, the conclusion is based upon 1 or 2 samples only. It is logically true, but realistically is it true? Realistically, there might be some mangoes which are ripened, right? Which are eligible to eat, which are not raw. If by seeing only 2 mangoes, he decided the entire basket is filled up with raw mangoes. But can there be a chance where few mangoes are fruits? Means it is ripened already and we can have it. Correct? So this is based upon a basic, based upon the initial observation coming to a conclusion. This is called as what? Inductive reasoning. Deductive reasoning is here it is logically true as well as realistically also true it is. So moving on to the next slide, you can see the image here. So this is deductive reasoning, same example, and this is inductive reasoning. See here, all mangoes are fruits, all fruits have seeds. So mangoes have seeds. Specific conclusion. General statement, general statement. So logically also true, realistically also it is true. This type of reasoning is called as what? Deductive reasoning. Deductive means what, students? Logically true as well as realistically true. You come to the next one, inductive reasoning. Mango is a fruit. The box is full of fruits. Now the box is full of mangoes. So I gave an example of mangoes being raw, right? So another example is considered here. Mango is a fruit. The box is full of fruits. Means see, for example, apple is also a fruit. Correct? Banana is also a fruit. Grapes is also a fruit. So there are other fruits. See the statement here. Mango is a fruit. The box is full of fruits. The box is full of mangoes. So they are concluding the box is full of mangoes. So this is again general conclusion. So this is realistically it can be false. The box is full of fruits means there can be apple, sapota, banana, etc. also, right? But they're telling the box is full of mangoes. Logically it is true, but realistically it is false. So this is inductive reasoning. This is deductive reasoning. Are you getting it, students? So moving on to the next one. Whatever conclusions we get from inductive reasoning. Okay, whatever conclusions we get from applying the inductive reasoning, those conclusions are called as conjectures. Those conclusions are called as what? Conjectures. So these conjectures, or we will be mainly using inductive reasoning. Okay, we'll be mainly using inductive reasoning in our principle of mathematical induction. So once we use this inductive reasoning in the principle of mathematical induction, that is called as what? Conjecture. And whatever conjecture we are getting, this is what we are going to prove in principle of mathematical induction. Okay, moving on to the next one. So here we will see what is the definition of principle of mathematical induction. So students, we will see the definition first. If the statement is true for n is equal to 1, that is p of 1 is true, and if the statement is true for n is equal to k, where k is some positive integer, then the statement is also true for n is equal to k plus 1, that is truth of p of k implies that truth of p of k plus 1. To understand this statement, so we have read the statement, right? To understand this statement, we will take a very small example. Okay, we will keep dominoes on the floor. You know what are dominoes, right? Or if you're not, we can also consider some cards. Okay, we'll erect some cards on the floor like this. Okay, we will place the cards in such a way that the distance between two cards are placed in such a way that if you push this card will make sure that it will touch this card and make this card also fall down. Understanding? So once you start pushing this card here like this, what will happen? This will fall down, this will make this also to fall, and it continues like that. Now if p of 1 is falling, what will happen? P of 1 plus 1 also will fall. P of 1 plus 1 also will fall. So that is nothing but what? P of 2 also will fall, right? If 1 is falling, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there are continuous number of cards like this. If 1 is falling, 2 also will fall. If 2 is falling, 3 also will fall. If 3 is falling, 4 also will fall. If 4 is falling, 5 also will fall down. Correct. So that is what is written here. Then the statement is also true for n is equal to k plus 1. So what is k plus 1? Let us take k is equal to 3 now. What is k again? See here? N is equal to k, where k is some positive integer. Correct? K is some positive integer. Let us consider k is equal to 3. Then what is k plus 1? K plus 1 is equal to 4. 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. If the third card falls down, what will this card make sure? This card will make sure that the fourth card also will fall down. If the fourth falls down, what will 4 do? It will make sure that fifth card also will fall down. So this is principle of mathematical induction. And here, so this is only the statement, students. We will also see the proof of principle. This we have to prove it. This is only the statement. So this is what? Only conjecture we have here. Okay, the proof will be seeing this. Okay, so here we had seen what is principle of mathematical induction, where is it used, what are its uses, mainly in algebra, that too in number theory. Apart from that, we saw two types of reasoning. One is inductive reasoning and one is deductive reasoning. What is inductive reasoning again? It is logically true but not realistically true. Deductive reasoning is both logically and realistically true. So whatever conclusions we derive from inductive reasoning, those are called as conjectures. And in principle of mathematical induction, we'll be using inductive reasoning to the best. So this was just the introduction to mathematical induction. We'll be meeting in the next class again with the proof of mathematical induction. Until then, take care and subscribe to Vista's Learning. Thank you.